Bitcoin mining is the network's backbone, and it's not just about earning crypto, it's how Bitcoin is created in the first place. Miners use powerful computers to solve the puzzles. They secure the blockchain with an immutable new block each time, and this process is the global security system that prevents double spending and fraud, and it verifies all transactions across thousands of independent computers, replacing a central authority. Without miners, Bitcoin wouldn't even exist, and it would collapse. But with them, it's become one of the most secure financial systems on Earth, powering the trust and transparency of decentralized money. Let's go and let's talk about how Bitcoins are created and why the government owns it. Inshallah, if God wills. Let's go. So, class, welcome. Let's go and let's talk about how Bitcoin is created in the first place. So Bitcoin is generated by mining it. Okay, Bitcoins don't just spawn out of thin air. And as you know, Bitcoin is also a limited cryptocurrency. So other cryptocurrencies for the most part are going to be infinite, but Bitcoin is actually going to have a limited amount of currency. Okay, there's only 21 million Bitcoins that exist. Okay, and each one of them is created by getting mined. So what happens is a computer, okay, and the computer is obviously powered by resources. Okay, so certain countries take more power than others to create certain Bitcoins. Okay, so if you're in a country that charges a lot for power, then you'd be paying more on your electricity bill in order to mine the cryptocurrency. Okay, and what you would need is a super powerful computer with a graphics card that can handle the Bitcoin mining. Okay, so what a graphics card is, it's a piece of the computer that's external. Not all computers have external graphics cards. Some have inbuilt graphics cards, which is why they're slower than others. But what you need is a really powerful computer. And then from there, you'll be able to load up the Bitcoin mining software and it can go ahead and get created. We're going to talk into the technicals, exactly how everything works. Bitcoin mining is super duper cool. You might even want to do it and see if this is a good way that you guys might want to generate some income, depending on what country you're in as well too. You'll be able to save a lot of money on power, and you could potentially mine yourself or create yourself a Bitcoin for way less than buying it. So let's jump into it, class. So what is mining even in the first place? Mining is not digging dirt. Bitcoin miners aren't digging into the ground with actual pickaxes, digging into the dirt, looking for resources. No. Okay, so what it is computers mining Bitcoin via a software. Okay, and the job is to secure the network and process transactions. Okay, so it secures the network by making everything decentralized. So in a traditional bank system, let's say you wanted to send a wire transfer, for example, right? The bank would be able to decide whether yes or no if the transaction wanted to go ahead and get approved or declined. Within a decentralized network, such as sending Bitcoin, things like that don't occur. Since everything is done by smart contracts, okay, everything is autonomous and automatic, done by computers, okay? And that's what Bitcoin mining comes into place too. Even creating Bitcoin, instead of just clicking print on the dollar like they do with fiat currency, Bitcoin actually has to go through a whole process in order for a Satoshi to be created in the first place, okay? So Bitcoin mining helps keep Bitcoin decentralized. The reason why the US dollar fails is because they just go up to the printer and click print. Okay, there's no real strategical process that goes from start to finish for the most part that keeps its base value cooked in. Yes, you can just print more dollars, but that would inflate the other ones. Since there's a finite amount of cryptocurrency, there has to be a secure process in place in order for it to be created, for it to be fair for everybody. And mining is the way it's done. Let's keep going. So think of the blockchain network as a public notebook. So you might have heard of what the blockchain network is. So the blockchain network is pretty much a public copy of everything that's been done, every transaction that's been created, every Bitcoin that's been mined, and every transaction that's happened. Okay, so the blockchain is pretty much going to be a verifiable place to where you can see if your transactions were even completed as well. Okay, so within the blockchain, you'll be able to put in your, let's say, address. Let's say you did a transaction. You could copy that transaction address, put it onto the blockchain or some type of blockchain checker, and you could see if there were any confirmations. Okay, confirmations are pretty much going to go ahead and let you know when your transaction is ready to be completed. Okay, either the money has been sent over and it's about to hit somebody's wallet, okay, or it's on the way to hit your wallet, okay, depending on the situation. So the blockchain is a public notebook that everyone has a copy of. And mining is the process of adding a new page, okay, which is a new block to this notebook. So page one, right? Let's say Alice sent some money to Bob. Okay, let's say they sent 5 Bitcoin. You're going to be able to see that. Okay, you'll be able to see the Bitcoin addresses etc. And you'll be able to see when the transaction was sent, how much Bitcoin or how much cryptocurrency was sent, and you'll be able to see the miners working on certain things as well too. Okay, you'll be able to see when Bitcoin transactions have been implemented and grounded into the blockchain. Whether a big whale is buying or selling, the blockchain shows us everything. Okay, keeping cryptocurrency really, really safe. So proof of work. So once again, Bitcoin, it's not created like the dollar. You don't just go up to the printer and click on print over and over and over again. It's created by POWs, also known as proof of work. So to add a page to the notebook, computers must solve a super hard math puzzle that requires a pretty powerful computer as well too. So make sure you guys have a good graphics card inside of your computer before you think of doing anything like that. Okay. So to add a page to the notebook, you got to have a super powerful computer, and then the computer has to do calculations and try to guess the number. Okay. So imagine guessing a number between 1 and 1 trillion. Okay. You have to guess randomly. So computers then make trillions of guesses per second to find the random number, okay, which is going to be the hash. Okay. So that's how the proof of work works. And that's pretty much all the work that the computer is doing. The computer is constantly running calculations, trying to find and guess the correct numbers in order to generate a Bitcoin. Okay. And that takes a lot of power, a lot of resources. So make sure you guys are watching your energy bill before you think about getting into this. So this is exactly what I mean. You need a powerful computer. Okay. Your computer has to be good. It can't be a weak computer. Okay. So understand that you cannot mine Bitcoin from your laptop. Okay. You cannot mine Bitcoin on a laptop anymore. Okay. So these with, with the screen, a little keyboard, not cutting it if you want to mine Bitcoin. Okay. Get yourself a real strong desktop with a real graphics card before mining Bitcoin even crosses into your brain. Okay. So you need specialized machines called ASICs. An ASIC stands for an application specific integrated circuit. And they do one thing: guess numbers for Bitcoin. Okay. They're loud, hot, and they use a lot of electricity. Okay. So before you guys think about just putting it into your room, keep all of this into play. Okay. Keep all of this into play. Save for Airbnb owners as well too. If you guys have Airbnbs, what people are doing is signing up for Airbnbs and mining Bitcoin at Airbnbs in order to save money on power bills and stuff like that. Or people are also even moving to other countries in order to save on power bills too, so they can mine Bitcoin for a lot cheaper. So keep all of these things into play and understand that the future is really changing a lot. People are starting to get a lot more equipped and doing a lot more strategical moves to mine all the Bitcoin as possible before it goes away. So what's the point of this? Like, why do it in the first place? So the reward, right? The winner who solves the puzzle first gets paid in brand new Bitcoin. Okay. A brand new Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is created by whoever has the best computer, right? And is solving the most problems. Okay. The more computers you have solving more problems, okay, the more Bitcoin that you're going to accumulate in the first place. Okay. So it's going to be either one computer or a whole room full of computers. Okay. And what they're doing math. Okay. 2 plus 2 equals, okay. And then whichever one of the computers can find the hidden number, okay, goes ahead and generates the Bitcoin. Okay. After you find the random number, or one of the computers generates it and finds the right calculations, then a hash is going to go ahead and get created. Okay, then from there, you're going to go ahead and get paid within your Bitcoin. And you keep doing that, keep doing that. Now, the computers do have a high chance, once again, to consume a lot of power, which means that the resources inside of the computer, processor, graphics card, RAM, etc., have a high chance to go out and combust. So before you think about doing this, make sure you guys have some money to the side to pay your bills, maintain everything. So I don't want you guys going broke to do this. But this is how Bitcoin is created by computers solving complex math, looking for a specific number. And once again, the more you have, the more Bitcoin you'll be able to generate. Since the more computers you have, inshallah, if God wills, the quicker you'll be able to look for hash codes, and the quicker those computers will be able to solve different types of calculations. So what's the point of this? Why is it essential for security in the first place? So it's costly to cheat, right? So to fake a transaction, you need more computer power than all other miners combined, making it pretty much obsolete, not even worth it, and not even worth the while. So immutable. So once a block is buried under other blocks, it's mathematically impossible to change it, because the way that Bitcoin works is that the computer is hunting for hidden numbers. Okay, it's hunting for random numbers and it's trying to guess the correct numbers. So the chances of it being faked or created within a false context would pretty much be almost impossible. Okay, since there's so many numbers and it's looking to guess the correct one, and it's decentralized. So no single boss controls the ledger. So no people can just be like, you know what, we're going to decline this transaction. We're going to approve this transaction. Oh, you want to send $10,000 to somebody in another country? You know what, we're going to go ahead and decline this and shut down your bank. Okay, that's happened to people. Okay, and that's not fair. It's not fair. There might be money you might need to send to somebody in another country to help send your family some money, to help pay your employees or whatever. Cryptocurrency is such a beautiful blessing on this earth. God is the greatest. You know, is being able to send $1 million to somebody the next day. Boom, just like that, snap of a finger, and nothing is even remotely concerning. Okay, it's beautiful. We want to be focusing on buying as much cryptocurrency as possible, guys. Focus on it. Okay, focus on it. So no single boss controls the ledger, guys. It's decentralized. We're all in this together as a family, and thousands of miners protect it together. Okay, the cryptocurrency community, it's really a family. They just want people to send money and collect their money freely, without any restraints, without any cringe blockages or anything like that, without any 3 a.m. shutdowns. They just want people to send their money borderless all around the world and spend their money all around the world. God is the greatest. You know, to be able to live in this type of time period where we can have this type of decentralization, it's really a blessing. Okay, take advantage of this time period, guys, and let's keep learning about cryptocurrency. So let's talk about the wall of energy. What is this? Okay, so it's a feature, not a bug. So people complain about energy use, but that energy is a wall protecting the money. So you have to understand that the printers, okay, if they just keep printing the dollars, inflation is going to continue to increase. Okay, which is why the US government, for example, is running to cryptocurrency to kind of save its tail. So energy equals real world cost. Okay, you can't really fake that. When that mean power bill gets sent over to you, you got to pay that. It just is what it is. Okay, it's kind of hard to dodge that because it costs real actual money, electricity to mine, and you need an actual account too. You can't just be like a fake person. You got to actually go sign up for the power account, put your card on there, etc. So because it costs real money, electricity to mine, you're incentivized to play by the rules, keeping it safe and free though for everybody. Okay, free for everybody to jump in, I'll say. Okay, because some things are going to be gate kept through certain other things, but as far as just the freedom to start, anybody can start. Okay, you might just need the ASICs computer, pay for the energy, but as far as just the freedom to start, anybody can start. So if you cheat, you waste electricity and you lose money. Okay, so it's pretty much not going to be worth it at all, because the point of this is to gain some Bitcoin. So inshallah, you can maybe see some profit. So keep everything stable and keep everything well-rounded. Make sure you have everything planned before you just start trying to do anything. Okay, so let's talk about the life cycle, right? So a broadcast. So if you send one Bitcoin to a friend, the network is going to hear it. Okay, the blockchain is going to see it. You could see if the transactions were completed via what's called confirmations. Okay, so compete. Miners then race to solve the math puzzle, the hash, to box up transactions. Okay, and then verify. The winner shows their proof and everyone checks it instantly. And this keeps it secure. Okay, this page is glued to the notebook forever, also called the blockchain, and then the miner decides to go ahead and get paid. So that is the full 1, 2, 3, 4 cycle of how Bitcoin mining actually occurs. Okay, so the computers are looking to solve the hash puzzle. Okay, after the computer solves the hash puzzle, then the miner will go ahead and get paid in Bitcoin, inshallah, if God wills. So keep it simple. All right, y'all. Happy Bitcoin mining. I pray you guys do well. If you want to go set up a rig or set up your own basement, do it. Okay, be ready to pay that electricity bill, but I believe in you guys. If you're interested in Bitcoin mining, head over to stackmode.net for all trading education, and I'll teach you guys and we can talk about absolutely whatever. Stay prayed up to God, keep grinding, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.